We're talking about camp. We're talking about getting kids to camp. I think everything starts now. My first session is called Fall Club Starts Now. This is called Camp Cell Starts Now. We don't wait to start talking about the great adventure we're going to go on with kids until like February. We start talking about it at the very first club. And one of the ways we do that is through camp videos. I told you at the very first club I showed a camp video or camp slideshow from that summer to all my kids who were there at that very first club. In fact, I get all the kids who've been to camp to stand up and look down at everyone who's sitting on the ground and go, "You're going with us this summer." Just mark it down, you're going with us. And one of the ways we do that is put you on camp videos. Now, I would never, for those of you who've been to camp, show the 20-minute camp video, the DVD you get at the end of the week if you buy it, your area buys it. I'd never show that to kids at club. It's too long. It's great, but it's too long. And so here's my strategy. And maybe you already do this. I'll take a video camera to camp, or flip camera to camp, or whatever. One of my female ladies will. So we'll get the guys' rides and the girls' rides. Then I'll buy that 20-minute DVD they would produce at camp. And I'll take that DVD and I will put it into my Mac. And if you have a PC, I'm sorry. I'm actually very sorry. But I'll put it into my Mac, and somebody in your team surely has one. But I'll use a free program that you can download called Handbrake. And I will rip that video file off that DVD, and it'll be on my computer. And from that 20-minute video, I would take every shot of my kids. And I will take every great graphic intro they have. And I will take every great stock footage shot that they've got that I don't have. The great silhouette propelling, or the obstacle course, or whatever. And I'll take all those shots and I'll combine it with what I shot and combine it with what my female leader shot. And with all of that raw footage, I can make 5 or 6 1.5-minute camp promos. And I can go on iTunes, and I can look at the top 10 downloads for that week, and I can find the one that doesn't say explicit next to it, and I can download that one, and I can put it over that footage, and I can have 5 or 6 different 1.5-minute camp videos that I can rotate in and out of announcements for the next 12 weeks or so. So they're not watching the same horse go by the same tree or whatever. I've seen this video. Or they're not watching the generic one from the camp website with no one they know in it. Let me give you an example. How about this will be? That's the graphics I stole. I can't do that. But I stole it off the beginning of the Frontier video. That's me. Already done for me, I don't have to do it. I just stick it in mine, and then bam, I go to my shot. Their shot, I think that's their shot on top of the mountain, their shot, all my kids. That's partly my shot, their shot, my shot, because they start out as guys and the girls in the middle, now they're guys again. That's my shot, their shot. My shot, their shot already edited my kids. My shot from club. Their shot. Very tired of top now. My shot. Their shot of my guys already edited as a nice little piece for me. You get the idea. But the goal is to produce a few 1.5-minute videos that you can rotate in and out of announcements that their friends are in, new music on it, that talks about where they're going to go. So they're not watching the same one every time. Because too often we just download the generic camp one, and we show that one over and over again. Just new excitement every other week to do that. But then they really have seen camp. They're like, don't show me another camp video. And now the advent in the last few years of what we would call creative camp videos. And those are ones you've probably done that we've probably stolen from you because they're all over YouTube. And they're usually some scene from a movie, some commercial, something that's been taken, overdubbed, and made to talk about camp. The E-Trade baby sitting at the computer signing up for camp. I've seen Dwight trying to convince Angela from the office to go to camp. I've seen the vampire guy from Twilight trying to convince the girl to go to camp on the trees and do all the stuff he does. Let me give you an example, just a few of those. This is the very first one I saw that Richardson High School in my area did, and there's lots of versions of it on YouTube. This is ripped from YouTube, which is by the quality sample big.
like there's so much to do this summer. Like, there's just...
Oh my God, it's not that hard to sign up.
I know, but it's just like so hard. Listen, I don't even know how to read. How am I going to sign
Listen, make the decision. Either go or you don't. I just don't know what I'd do without you there. It just worked for me. I was able to do that myself. I can do that myself. If you were there, what am I going to do?
Where am I supposed to get a sign?
You're not my best friend.
You're my best friend, you give me a sign already, okay?
You're not in every club like this. You and gosh, I mean, like you, I just need you to go. This has been my dream for so long. Until then, I'm just gonna go home. I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna cry on my pillow. Okay? Until you sign up. That's what I'm gonna do.
If you search Frontier promo, Crooked Creek promo, Saranac promo, the Canyon promo, things like that are all over YouTube. And the beauty of it is you don't have to be that creative. They're already made. And what you can do is there's a program that costs $5 called TubeSock. And using TubeSock, I know on Mac they might have it, I've heard they have it for PC now, I can't verify that. But for $5, you download that program, and then any clip on YouTube, you can rip and have on your computer. So let's say you go find this one. If you just search Pierce Young Life on YouTube, you'll find a bunch of these. You can rip it, and then you can show it to your guys or your girls and go, hey, let's make this ours. Let's change Frontier to Lake Champion or whatever. And you can put it in iMovie, and you can just redub the audio on it and make it completely your own. It's already written for you. Or you can get two very funny guys and say, you're that girl and you're that girl. Start talking over the thing. And if you don't know how to do it, I bet you someone on your team does. If someone on your team does it, I bet you your kids know how to do it. My son is in 4th grade. He's already learned to edit movies in school on Mac. So these kids know how to do this stuff. But there are hundreds of these on the internet ready to go. That you can put not your leaders in, I would say put your kids in. Hey guys, come by the office. I got a new one. I need you to dub it. Oh yeah, we'll be there. Let me give you a couple more examples. This is not a, let me skip this one. Here's one we found on YouTube. We found this on YouTube and we just put our kids in it.
Coach, we read the newspaper that you and your family went to Hawaii for vacation.
That's why I don't read the newspaper. And the editor that let it come out is garbage.
We're sorry. We just figured Mike Gundy, coach at Oklahoma State, would have had a great vacation with his family.
That's not true. Get your facts straight.
Coach, why didn't you go to Frontier Ranch with nightlife last summer?
I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid.
Coach, how does it make you feel that you missed your chance to go to Frontier? Now you're too old.
Makes me want to.
That's a bunch of seniors at Todd and Aaron's house after campaign. Hey, let's make a camp video. I don't have any ideas. Let's get on YouTube. Somebody had made the Coach Gundy video already. They used TubeSock and they ripped it. They edited out the kids who were in it. They hung a sheet in Todd's kitchen, all stood in front of it and dressed up like they were reporters and got pencils and asked questions and edited themselves into the video. An extra 2 hours at Todd and Aaron's house. A bunch of seniors talking about it at school the next day. A bunch of seniors watching it the next night going, I should have been a campaigner. That looks like a blast. A bunch of underclassmen going, I want to be that kind of senior. Tell me how to get there. And what they don't know is they're going to be Jesus along the way. And it's all on YouTube. And the kids are the ones who found it. And Todd said, all right, let's do it. Creative camp video. Dates are in hand. Hey, I'm not sure how your region works. You can talk to your leaders about this, but in our region, we find out our camp dates about the last week in October of where we're going in the summer. I don't sit on those until February. I don't wait for the Young Life Service Center to send me flyers and I make them. I have flyers sitting by the copier, so when I find out the last week in October what my camp dates are, I hit print, and my flyer is ready to go. And the next day, those things are at school, and that day they are put in envelopes and sent to every parent on our club card list. Because I want my dates for summer on the calendar before anyone else's dates are on the calendar. I used to call the coach at Pierce and say, when are voluntary two-a-day practices at school, for football players? Because I don't want to go to camp during those. Now he calls me and says, when is camp this summer? Because our dates are out first. Before select volleyball is out, before summer school dates are out, before chess camp is out, before mom and dad decide to go to Europe is out, our dates are on the calendar first. I will not, too many people sit on those until second semester. And it does not matter if we're going to weekend camp, or we're going to ski camp, or winter camp, or whatever. I want my summer dates need to be on parents' calendars before anyone else's dates. So do not let your team sit on those. Dates are in hand, they go out to club kids and parents immediately. Ads are placed. Those same kids who I had to know their phone number and do a journalism ad, I'm calling them again going, I want another ad. And for $150, I can get 2,000 camp flyers put in the school paper and handed out by the school. But I don't do the generic camp flyers that Young Life gives us. On the Young Life website, your staff person, your senior leader can get this for you, is a Word document called Build Your Own Camp Flyer. And it has 4 blanks that you can put your own pictures in. It has a different masthead for every camp we go to. And you just drop this in, and you drop in 4 pictures of your kids, and hit print. I take them to a color printer, and on the back is a sign-up sheet that you saw just a second ago. And 2,000 of these go in the school paper, so that they fall out in keyboarding class or whatever, and somebody goes, that's me in the yellow shirt. It was a black. I didn't know you went. Oh yeah, that's me in the blue sweatshirt. Oh yeah, that's Michael in the yellow shorts. Really, y'all went? Oh yeah, it's the best. And oh, by the way, we're trying to get a junior guys cabin together, and you need to go with us. It's incredible. Well, I didn't know that Stephen went, Garrett went, and Warren went, and Michelle went, and Hope went. Oh yeah, they'll tell you it's a blast. You need to go. And I'll go to school the day that these come out, 2,000 of these in the school paper, and I'll ask my guys and my girls, they talking about camp? Like, yeah, everybody's talking about it. Every classroom, people are going, hey, did you go? What is this? They're talking about it. There's a buzz. Ads are placed. We do a sign-up date. It's like presidents. It's like teachers. We don't do any of this. But let me tell you why I do a sign-up date. We say, I'll stand in front of my friends and I'll get our camp dates the last week in October. And oftentimes we'll do our sign-up night the very last Monday in November. If we're not doing a weekend camp or a ski camp. If we are, we'll do it in February. Let's say we don't this year. I'll stand in front of my friends the last week in October and go, look, we just got 112 spots to Crooked Creek Ranch. 112 spots for Pierce High School. 2 buses, 2 56-passenger buses. Here's the deal. Thousands of people across the country wanted these spots. That's the truth, because all these areas bid for spots and try and get it here and there. We all are trying to get spots everywhere. That's the truth. We got 112 of them. That's all I got. And here's the deal. If you go, it'll be the best week of your life, or you'll get all your money back. You will have waiters and waitresses at your table bringing you all you can eat food. They will meet you at the bus and carry your bags to your room. And you will cry when you leave. And everybody who went last year does not want you to go because they want your spot. And I'm not letting them sign up until you do. So if you want a spot, you be here on November 28th, Monday night at 7 o'clock. And you bring a $200 check for your deposit. And if you can't bring a $200 check, you pull me aside sometime this week and tell me how much you can bring. $20, great. We're not going until July. It's October. We will find a way to get you there. We have garage sales along the way. We have service projects along the way. And I have lots of friends who love this place so much, they want to see you go. And I will get you there. We're not going to July. You tell me what you can put down. We'll do payments along the way, and you're going. But if you don't show up, you may not get a spot. If we don't fill these spots within a certain amount of time, I'm giving them to another school, and they will take them. It's like Beanie Babies. If you tell somebody you're only going to make 400 Princess Di Beanie Babies, they will line up at Hallmark at 4 in the morning to buy a bag of felt and beanies. And we offer kids way more than a bag of felt and beanies. First year we did this, out of 112 spots, 2 buses, we filled about 35 in one night. You know what that did? That gave us critical mass to add people onto. People will take as long to sign up for camp as you can get them. And you find yourself in April going, well, I think someone's going, I think the senior guys are going, but their mom's supposed to bring a form by, but I don't have it checked yet, but they say they're going. And you've got a bunch of coulda, shoulda, wouldas going to camp. And nobody wants to make the first year because nobody likes to be the first to show up at a party. But if you do a sign-up night and you get critical mass signed up, your 30 kids or whatever, plus your 11 leaders, you've got 40 people going now, and now you're saying, come with us, this is going to be great. The second year we did it, we had over half filled in one night, or 50 filled in one night. The third year we did it, we filled all 112 in one night, and we had a wait list by the time we made announcements to the club. The next year we did it, we had kids camping out in the parking lot at 4 o'clock, waiting for 7 o'clock to put down their deposit. Kids brought grills and cooked out. Moms called our office all day long, saying, what time do I need to be there to make sure, Johnny gets a spot? And that's the way it's been for a while. Now we take about 150 to camp from Pierce, and we fill maybe 90 to 100 in one night, and then we spend the rest of the spring going after the ones who won't sign up the first night. Will you fill the first night you do this? Maybe you will, but that's not the point. The point's not to fill. The point is to get critical mass going that you can start to invite people to the party to go with you. And if you've got a bunch of coulda, shoulda, wouldas, it just doesn't work. It's a bunch of maybes and sortas and that kind of, and I think, and really, are they going? I don't know. But after you do a sign-up night, you quit? No, even if you fill all in one night, we're going to keep going. There's a thing called camp reservation system for staff, but we're always going to be looking for more spots. We talked about that more with staff last year. I'm not going anywhere without camp flyers. I mean, not just handing them out constantly, but just a couple in my back pocket, make sure they're in the trunk of my car. Because as conversation starts, or I run into moms at the grocery store or whatever, I want to be able to say, hey, yeah, it's going to be great. I think you should go. We've got like 40 going already. I really hate for them to miss out. And we keep adding on to the party that's already started. Club flyers. I told you my kids hand out club flyers, and like in the spring, you might say, hey, sand volleyball this week, 2 weeks until slam dunk contest, or whatever on the side, on one side. They're only about that big. I do about 10 per sheet and cut them up. But on the back side, I'm going to put the name of everybody who's going to camp. I'm going to put, you see, I've got it alphabetized from Nikki Albertson to Gail Ziegler, and then Catherine Sheehan signed up to run my whole thing. We let her go. But you can't do that if you don't have critical mass going. You can't put, I think there are some sophomore guys going. You can't just put Bob there in a big font. It doesn't work. But if you've got 15 kids signed up, plus your leaders, plus the other kids that are going to sign up, whatever, you just start adding people on, and it becomes a snowball that gets momentum. Those are on the backs of the flyers every Monday. Postcards go home to mom and dad. Do kids read postcards again? No. Do moms and dads read them? Yes. Do moms and dads sit around the breakfast table and go, hey, Emily and Lauren are on your split volleyball team, and they're going to camp. You said you couldn't go because you had a tournament. Somehow they talk to coach. Why don't you talk to coach? Hey, aren't you friends with Kevin and JD? Yeah. They're going to MI camp this summer. How come you're not going? Well, I didn't think we had enough money. Well, I heard they did a garage sale and some other things. Maybe we can talk to you later. Okay. Hey, aren't you said you couldn't go to summer school, but Danielle's going and she's in your summer school class. Why don't you call your teacher and see if you can go? Parents talking is a good thing. Parents seeing who's going is a good thing. So the postcards go home. I'll walk around Pierce High School and in between A and B lunch or B and C lunch, I'll have the list of who's going to camp. And I'll kind of lean against the wall with people passing by, and I'll read the list like it's the most important thing in the whole world. And someone will go, what's that? Oh, it's nothing. No, really, what is it? Oh, it's just a list of who's going to Frontier. You really don't want to see it. Can I see that? Yeah, I guess so. Next thing you know, all the sophomore girls are gathered around and seeing what senior guys are going. The next thing you know, somebody's asking for sitting at the baseball game, 4 o'clock, Pierce High School, the second inning, everybody's bored. We're just sitting there, and I'm looking at the list, and somebody wants to see it, and it's being passed on. By the 5th or 6th inning, I can guarantee you, somebody's gonna ask me, hey, do you have any more spots at that camp? Yeah, I got some flyers in my car. Hey, would you come over and talk to my mom? She's over with the parents over here. Yeah, I'll do that. I keep the list with me like it's the most important thing in the whole world. Burgers at Brock's. For most of my years at Pierce, we did not have freshmen in high school. They were in what we call junior high. In Texas, I don't know if you call it middle school or junior high here or both. But we got 9th graders a few years ago. And so it was the first year I figured if they're in high school, they're going to go to camp with us. And how great is that? Because now we get to walk the halls with them 3 years after they go to camp. It's going to be great. For the first year, no freshmen signed up. Because all the incoming sophomores that year, the sophomores and the freshmen moved together that year into high school. And the sophomores were like, don't you dare take our spots. We don't want you going. And so the freshmen were scared to sign up. And I told my senior guys at our Wednesday dinner, and I said, we've got no freshmen going. And you guys are supposed to be counselors in the cabin. Now, we have one of our regular leaders in there too. Y'all are going to be junior leaders in your cabin. What are we going to do? And Brock Robertson, the senior guy, looks at me and goes, we're going to do Burgers at Brock's. I go, what is Burgers at Brock's? He goes, we're going to have all the freshmen over to my house for burgers next Wednesday, and we're going to tell them to go. I go, okay, sounds good to me. So they did a video to promote Burgers at Brock's, and they made flyers and invited all the freshman guys. And the next Wednesday, instead of us having dinner together, Brock and all his buddies made burgers for freshman guys. 20 freshman guys showed up, but they would not come in the house until they had all 20 there, because they were afraid this had to be a prank. But because they thought, they were going to get water balloons or something. Because in what kind of world do senior guys make dinner for freshman guys? In a world where senior guys want freshman guys to see Jesus, it really happens. My guys wore like barbecue aprons and they grilled burgers, and they didn't even eat. They were stacking doubles and triples for these guys. And they were just eating like crazy. And then they pulled them in the living room and they showed the camp video. And they said, we know what it's like. Summerall comes up to you and says, hey, best week of your life. And like, how good can it be? But we all went. And we're all friends because of it. It changed our lives. And it made all the difference in our high school career. And we want you to go with us. And then they walked out with brown envelopes with numbers on them, kind of like suitcases. And they played Deal or No Deal with the freshman guys. And I gave them a budget of $500 of campus money that they could give away to who they thought needed scholarship money. They rigged Deal or No Deal and Thank for Calling and everything, so guys who needed scholarship money could win some money off camp. 13 guys wound up signing up that night. 13 freshman guys. 12 of them wound up going. One of them got in mono or arrested or something. It always happens to one. And 12 of them wound up going. 11 out of 12 of them stood up and say so at the end of the week and accepted Christ as our first man. Scott Reed, one of my senior guys who put on Burgers at Brock's, was in their cabin in their junior league. And at say so, 11 out of 12 of this guy standing, Scott is bawling. And I walked over to Scott, who 1 year before at a coffee house the night of the crosstalk sat at a table in the dining hall and was bawling. And he said, I just think God has something more for me. I just think God has something more for me. I said, well, how about your senior year, you come be in my discipleship group, and let's see if we can figure that out together. And I put my arm around Scott, big old basketball player, I got on my tiptoes and put my arm around him. I said, you remember last year? Remember you saying you thought God had something more for you? 11 out of 12 of your guys just accepted Christ. You think that's what maybe God had in mind? Scott Reed's life, I bet, is never the same. He just graduated from Baylor. He's going to be a junior high basketball coach. And those are some lucky junior high guys. Get to believe in this. Our senior girls did the same thing. Instead of Burgers at Brock's, they did a kidnap breakfast. They kidnapped the freshman girls. They called their moms, told them they were coming in at 7 in the morning on Saturday, kidnapped the girls, made them pancakes, showed the video, and said, we're all friends because of this. And you need to go. It changed our lives. And suddenly before we had no freshmen going, we had a whole freshman guy cabin and a whole freshman girl cabin. And then we got to walk the halls of those kids for the next 3 years because these seniors got excited about it. and did what we've been able to do. We have a 4-year plan for our kids. Freshman year, we want them to go to summer camp. Sophomore year, they're working with their leader to fill a cabin full of their friends, or going if they haven't been yet. Junior year, going to camp if they haven't been, or going on wilderness, which is a backpacking discipleship small group trip, or going on work tour camp. Senior year, we've been we're looking at doing again a senior ski trip this year. We're taking just a busload of seniors skiing right at semester. And saying, is this the year you thought you had? You've got one semester left when you realize how are we going to do this? Going on wilderness or going on a work crew experience. Close with this. I got a buddy who's a pastor of a church in South Lake, Texas. And it's part of the Methodist diocese, and he gets assigned to a church when he becomes a pastor. He was assigned to this church in South Lake a good few years ago, and was told, this church is kind of dying out, and members are going other places, and there's only about 100 people coming on Sundays. And tell you what, you go do a couple of years there, and then we'll absorb that church into another church, and we'll send you somewhere else. And just go bide your time and be a good guy, and that church will kind of dissolve. So he goes there. And last Christmas Eve, at that church that was going to absorb into another one, kind of dying out, last Christmas Eve, they ran 9,000 people across 7 services. 9,000 people on Christmas Eve across 7 services. And I got to preach at his church last year, one Sunday when he wasn't there. And I was listening to the sermons leading up to this, to what I was going to do, and he did a sermon called Mission Maintenance or Monument. Mission Maintenance or Monument. And he went through the life cycle that a church goes through. That historians and church historians have looked at the life cycle of a typical church, and they can tell you that there are 3 phases of a church's life. And the first phase is the mission phase, when everybody involved is excited about reaching their community for Christ, and bringing people in and sharing Christ with them and bringing Christ and changing the whole community. That's the mission phase. But he said you can, not necessarily that you will, but you can eventually move to what's called maintenance phase. And maintenance phase is when you look around and you go, we're doing all right. We're fine just the way we are. Don't bring in any new radical ideas. Don't rock the boat. We're paying the bills and everything's good. The buildings, we got that funded and everything. We're good. Let's just keep things the way they are. And that's what's called maintenance phase. Let's just keep this thing going. Don't rock the boat. But he said, if you move to maintenance phase, which is an if, you will historically definitely move to monument phase. It might be 5 years down the road from maintenance phase, or it might be 100 years down the road from maintenance phase. But monument phase is where you will definitely move if you move to maintenance phase. And monument phase is best summed up by the cathedrals in Europe that are beautiful architecturally, incredible stained glass, great acoustics, great wood and marble, but they sit empty on Sunday mornings. And are but a monument to a group of people who used to be excited about a long time ago, but no longer are. And the question is, where's your young life club? Where's your young life club? Is it in the mission phase? Excited about changing the entire school, excited about bringing people in, excited about changing the community? Are you in maintenance phase? Oh my gosh, we're doing fine. We're bigger than so-and-so's club, and we took more to camp than so-and-so. We're fine right where we are. We don't, that doesn't work with our kids. Don't bring any new ideas here. We're great. If you're in maintenance phase, you're very dangerously close to monument phase, and maybe you want to be there. The club is just a monument to what a group of people used to be excited about a long time ago, but no longer are. Where's your club? I love telling my seniors the old saying, Christians are like manure. If they stay all in one big pile, they just start stinking up the place. But if you spread them around, things start to grow. What's your young life club? Just a big stinking pile of manure of the same 30 kids singing the same songs in the same living room. You don't go out and do anything about it. Or are they spreading around the school with amazing things? start to grow. You good? We got one last cherry on top. It lasts about 25 minutes total. We'll take a break.